'Twas the night before Christmas. Mary and Sean were laying in bed. Mary was talking of a threesome. 2 girls giving me head.
No.
Now what?
Your new story idea? I don't like it.
Oh, well, just it's working. Just spitballing some ideas.
Well, it's Christmas morning. We should go open our Christmas presents.
I suppose. We'll talk about the story later.
Okay.
Alrighty. We got a lot more presents than I thought we had.
Yeah.
Alright, let's start. Let's see. This one's to me. And it's from you. Oh, dude, thanks, babe. Got me a Nintendo Switch. Hells yeah.
I also got you little stickers to decorate it, and it comes with a little case to keep your games in. Alright, this one is from you to me. Alright, let's open this. Oh, it's a laptop! Thanks, babe!
Oh, yeah. Now you can edit.
You know, I really appreciate this. You did need to replace the one that you punched.
Well,
He shattered my screen. Alright, let's see. These 2 are from Santa. Here's
sweet.
yours. This one's mine.
oh, dude, leather jacket. Santa thinks I'm way more badass than I do. But, it's cute. I got a cool little leather jacket.
Oh, dude! He got me an Xbox One.
Why?
Because I have been wanting one forever.
Oh, boy. Oh, look, here's another present. Oh, it's to us. From Edgar.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me. What is this? Oh, joy! A dead frog!
Oh, yay. You didn't have to chuck it in the fireplace, babe. Now we're gonna have to smell it.
Well, you know what? If you'd pick out better gifts, then, you're right. I wouldn't have to chuck it in the fireplace.
Hey, what's this one over here?
What?
This present.
Huh. Who does it say it's from? Does it have a tag on it?
Oh, yeah, the tag's right here. I found it. Yeah, it's from Dr. Craven.
Oh, fuck. What do you think it is?
I don't know, but it's really heavy. I'm gonna open it. Oh my god, babe, it's a puppy!
It's not a puppy. I think that's a wolf.
Look, isn't he cute?
No, he's a wolf. They're not cute. They kill. He sent that here to kill us.
But he's a nice wolf. See, he's licking my face. He's so cute.
Okay. No, he's leaving. He's got to go.
Babe, he's cold.
Well, good thing there's a fireplace right here.
Give me your leather jacket.
Why?
Well, because Henry's cold.
Who's cold?
Henry, that's his name.
Henry.
Yeah.
You're not naming it. We're not keeping it.
Yeah, we are.
Henry. What, is he going to work on a railroad?
It's my grandpa's middle name.
Oh. Well. Why don't you, if he's cold, why don't you use your little Xbox there to cover him up? Don't put my jacket on him. He's a nasty animal.
It's already on him now.
Well, get it off. I said get it off.
I can't.
Son of a bitch. Let's just start the show.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. Now starting our very first segment of the Christmas edition of Fears R Us.
Woohoo!
Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright. What's our favorite segment to start with?
Candy.
Candy, that's right. It's time for Trick or Treats. As you all know, it's the Christmas special. So, Christmas candy. And I think I got us the best Christmas candy they had by the registers at Walmart.
By the registers. You wouldn't go out of your way.
Well,
to go and look at Christmas candy for this extra special episode.
Because I think this is the right one. I think there we go. I don't need to look any further. I found it. And here it is. Hershey Kisses S'mores. Or it's hot cocoa. Hershey Kisses hot cocoa. What do you think of that?
Man, I was really hoping for some crazy flavored candy canes.
Nope. Better. It's Hershey Kisses hot cocoa.
Oh my god.
What?
Smell this.
Oh my god, it smells like chocolate and chocolate.
It is chocolate. Alright.
But like good chocolate.
It smells like the most expensive chocolate I've ever smelled.
It smells like we just walked into Sweden.
Yes. Oh, no, wait, I think it's Switzerland that you're thinking of. But
same place. Alright, ready?
No, it's not.
Holy shit. Pretty good. It's like you bite into it and it just melts.
That was quite delicious. Oh my god.
It
takes me back to my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like... Okay, this is going to probably sound weird to a lot of people, but if you make a hot chocolate and make like super buttery, just like gooey toast and dip the toast in the hot chocolate, it is the best thing ever, and that's what this tastes like.
That does sound weird.
My cousin Marissa introduced me to that. Shout out to Marissa. When we were really little, I was probably like 6 or 7, and it was the best thing ever. I want another one.
Yep, that's why I poured another one out for you. So, I think safe to bet this is going to get a treat from both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, treats all around. And that was this edition of Trick or Treat. Is there an S on the end of that?
Yes.
And for our next segment, we got horror on the small screen.
So this segment is about we do either a horror related show or a horror episode on a normal show, and we do a little review on it, talk about it.
Exactly. And this week we're doing another season, and it's a new show on Netflix called The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell. Did I butcher the name?
No.
I got it right.
Yes.
Great. That's a mouthful of a title.
Yeah, it's a quite long title.
But it's a mouthful of awesomeness and delicious food and hilariousness.
Yes.
So what'd you think of the show?
I really liked it.
I did too. I was sad it was only 6 episodes long.
Yeah, I really hope they come out with more, because...
Like a 30 episode second season.
Yes. The mummified cat is my favorite. He's so sassy.
So let's explain the show a little bit. It's a beautiful woman, kind of like a Martha Stewart type, but she likes to make spooky things. She makes spooky food. She makes like I guess she makes like other stuff too, because I think at one point she made candles, and she can in the show she made brought back animals back to life. They're actually puppets, like, you know, but in the show canon they're like resurrected Frankenstein like animals.
Yeah, and monsters that she's taken in.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
There's a couple of them that are just monsters. Like there's a Bernard is like a squid octopus thing in her basement, and then.
Oh no, I don't think it's an. I don't know what he is, but I don't think it's an octopus because there's an octopus in her fridge, and it wouldn't.
It's the same thing.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never made the connection.
They talked about it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
That's what that was.
Oh.
She even calls it Bernard when it appears. Then there's Rose, which is like a raccoon, and they say it's made up. She's made up of different animals as well, but mostly raccoon.
Yeah.
And then there's the mummified cat.
She's got a fork for a hand.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then they each got their own personalities. In the first episode, they adopt a new animal, which is like a werewolf named Edgar. No relation to the hunchback motherfucker that lives in this castle. No relation.
Was his name Edgar?
Yeah. Oh my god, did you pay attention?
Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, sorry. You can edit that out.
No, I'm keeping that in. Everybody needs to know how ill-prepared you are.
No, like, okay. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Alright, so then you got... And then, so like most of the episode, there's like a little storyline, and then she'll like create something, and usually there's one of her animal buddies will be commentating on it while she's doing it.
Making funny little snide comments and stuff.
And then each of them have different personalities. The Edgar's dumb, but he's like really strong. And then the cat, I can't remember the cat's name.
I think it's like Frinkle or something weird.
Yeah. He's smart, but he's also like a really big smart ass.
Yeah.
He always likes to make rude comments about everybody else.
Especially Rose.
Yeah.
He does not like Rose.
And then Rose is like a sex crazed
the raccoon.
Yeah. She's a disgusting kind of like how you expect a raccoon to be in real life.
Yeah. They explain in the show that they found the parts of her body like in a dumpster or something, and then
the trash compactor, I think.
Yeah, and fixed her and brought her back to life.
Yeah. And also Rose likes to kill. That's another personality trait.
Yeah.
And it's a really funny show. I'll never be able to make the creation she makes. Like, she may get a fucking gingerbread mansion and
with like a crazy amount of details.
Yeah, and then there's even the candy spiders she makes. I was like, I can't do that either.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch.
And like, yeah, it was really fun to watch. And like, at one point she's like, "Oh, you can take a brulee torch," and I was like, "Who the fuck just has a brulee torch?" If you don't know, brulee is like a really fancy dessert, and it's got like torched caramel on the top, and so that's
How much those go for?
It's expensive. Those are only at really fancy restaurants.
Yeah. Take your handy dandy homemade roulette torch.
Propane torch and just
Everybody's got one around the house laying somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird.
And then there's there's cool stories going on too with it.
Yeah.
At the beginning it's just kind of basic, and then she ends up kind of getting a boyfriend who's really hinted at he's a serial killer.
Yeah.
And if you ever on Netflix, give this thing a watch. It's really short and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts on this?
I'd also like to point out it really gets your like creative juices flowing too.
Yeah.
Because it makes me want to be crafty,
Yeah. Well, you did help me make my Halloween outfit.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you let your craft out, If I had the money, I'd see if I could get you the supplies she has. Get you a little handy dandy
brulee torch.
Brulee torch, yeah. Make me some damn caramel spiders or whatever.
I mean, I probably could do it.
Why haven't you?
I can't afford a fucking brulee torch.
Oh, I thought you meant like you could do that now. I was like, holy shit, you could have been making me cool candy spiders this entire time.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like most of the stuff, if I had the patience for it, I could probably do most of this, except for sewing. I am shit at sewing.
Well, I'm shit at everything she does, so... Alright, so... Everybody needs to go check that out. The show is awesome. And we'll definitely have to do a review if they ever do a season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully season 2 is just as good as season 1.
Well, that was fun, kids. Now it's time for Dark Biographies. So who are we doing this week?
This week I did a segment on Boris Karloff.
Oh, Frankenstein.
Yes.
Alright, let's hear it.
So, first off, I'd like to point out that I thought this was interesting. He was only 5'11".
That's my height.
I know, but, like, that's such an average height. He looks like he towers over everybody.
He might be on stilts.
Maybe. Like, he looks like he's about 6'6", like my brother's height, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Okay, so he was born November 23rd, 1887.
Uh-huh.
And he died February 2nd, 1969.
No, he did.
Boris Karloff is actually a stage name. His real name is William Henry Pratt.
What a lame name.
Shush. He was born in Camberwell, London, England.
Camberwell?
That's the name of the town.
Oh.
And died in Midhurst, Sussex, England. He was the youngest of 9 children born to Edward and Eliza Pratt.
They must have been so bored back in the day.
I know, right?
What you want to do? I guess just fuck again. I don't know.
He died at age 81.
Okay. That's a good day to go.
Yep. He deliberately failed an exam for consular service so he could pursue his career in acting.
Tomsies.
A consulate is someone who is an official representative of his country who goes to other countries to facilitate trade, alliances, and friendships between the two countries.
Oh. Or was he forced to take the test?
Yeah, they had... Well, I think his original plan was to be a consulate. And, like, there wasn't much detail on that.
Yeah.
I imagine his parents wanted him to do something about that.
Oh.
And he wanted to be an actor. He sailed to Canada in 1909, and...
Okay, I just a little quick thought. I like, do you think, like, his like whole dream was, like, I want to be an actor. He goes, he's in theaters, opening day of Frankenstein, credits roll, Frankenstein, question mark, question mark, question mark. He's like, motherfucker!
Oh my god. Well, unless they told him about it first, he probably would have been upset till he got to the end. Okay, back on track. Sailed to Canada in 1909, and the following year he joined a traveling theater troupe. For the first few years, he played film extras and like background stage actor until 1918, when he started doing minor roles in silent films. He earned a lot of recognition in 1931 for his role in the film adaptation of a Broadway play that he had been in previously called The Criminal Code. His next and most famous role was the monster in Frankenstein, 1931, which he wasn't even the first choice for.
Uh-oh.
One of his peers, Bela Lugosi, turned down the role, so the studio hired Karloff. He became an overnight sensation and received so much critical praise for his tender and sympathetic performance. Afterwards, he starred in more horror films like The Old Dark House, 1932, The Mummy, 1932, and the name Karloff almost became synonymous with horror and the macabre.
Yeah, there's references to his name in horror movies all over the place.
Yeah.
Actually, when on one of our Two Guys on Dark episodes, we reviewed Friday the 13th Part 6, and there was like a Karloff auto shop and a bunch of other references to Frankenstein in that movie.
He reprised his most famous role of the monster twice, once in 1935 with The Bride of Frankenstein, and once in 1939 with The Son of Frankenstein. Later he teamed up with previously mentioned Bela Lugosi and Vincent Price on the movies The Black Cat, 1934, The Raven, 1935, and The Body Snatcher, 1945. Karloff also had some major success on Broadway in a comedy, surprisingly, called Arsenic and Old Lace in 1941. And he frequently performed on the radio in the 40s in chilling programs like Lights Out.
Hey! It's my thing! You son of a bitch.
You didn't come up with it, babe. This was in 1940. You weren't even born yet. Lights Out and Inner Sanctum. He played the main character, Mr. Wong, in a detective movie series about a Chinese-American detective in the 30s and 40s. And he played an Indian chief in Unconquered, 1947. He also played various mad doctors / scientists in Black Friday, 1940, and House of Frankenstein in 1944.
But this one, he's a doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
In 1950, he had more stage success portraying Captain Hook in Broadway's revival of Peter Pan. All through the 40s, the popularity of horror movies waned, and he began working in television in 1949. He guest starred in many anthology shows and hosted several shows of his own, including the widely popular Thriller, which ran from 1960 to 1962. His most famous TV performance was the animated special How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 1966, for which he played the narrator and the Grinch. In the 60s, the horror genre reemerged and Karloff's career flourished again. He was in The Raven, 1963, which was a remake of the other one, 1935, I think.
He was in both of them?
Yes. He also did The Comedy of Terrors in 1963 and Die Monster Die in 1965, which introduced Karloff to a whole new generations of fans. Though he was sick and in constant pain, he made a memorable and dignified appearance as an aging horror star in Peter, I'm going to butcher this, Bogdanovich's first film, Targets, in 1968. In this, as with most of Karloff's performances, with his soft voice and gentle demeanor, proved that horror was most effectively conveyed with understatement and quiet dignity. He won a Grammy for his performance on How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Best Album for Children. He didn't go to the ceremony and allowed his agent, Arthur Kennard, to accept on his behalf. Later he went to Kennard's office and he presented Karloff with his award, to which Karloff responded, "It looks like a bloody doorstop." Sorry, I almost died laughing. When he left the office, he left it on the floor by the door as a doorstop.
Damn.
Yeah. He also got a star on the Walk of Fame in 1960, and in 2017 received the Fangoria Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh. Yeah, he had quite a career, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well.
He's still a cool dude, though. Like, I'd like to watch
more of his movies?
More of his movies, yeah. Especially ones with Vincent Price in it.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be more Karloff coming on this show. Trust me. I have some issues. I caught Edgar over the last week jacking off my fridge, and I think it's about time I addressed it with him. Oh, Edgar, can you come here for a second?
Coming. In your fridge.
God, no, not again. No, stop it.
I'm coming.
No, don't.
I mean, I'm coming into the living room now.
Okay.
I'm still also coming.
God. I'm going to have to kick you out. You stop just ejaculating all over my place.
I'm sorry, there's not a lot to do here. You don't let me touch the PlayStations.
I don't trust you.
Well, exactly. So what am I supposed to do? Masturbate in your fridge? Masturbate in your fridge.
That's not okay, man.
Is it not?
That's where my food is.
It's not like I'm pulling out the cheese and taking the plastic off of it and wrapping it around my peen. Oh my goodness, this sounds like the thing I should do next time I'm in your fridge.
I think you're overstaying your welcome a little bit.
Little bit. I don't know. I like to think we became good friends by now.
Good friends don't ejaculate in each other's fridge. And not to mention, Mary said that she got some ice cubes out of the fridge and it was super salty.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I thought it would be really funny to pour the salt in the ice before it freezes after you guys put them in the...
Okay. Well, thank God. I thought it was something else in there you were doing.
Oh, wait. Which tray was she in?
The purple one.
The purple tray.
That's the salt one, right? That's the one you put the salt in, right?
The white tray had the salt in it.
Then what's in the purple one?
The purple tray is not water at all. It is a frozen ejaculant. That is straight semen cubes.
You had enough for each one, or did you like do half and then come back for the other half?
That's pretty much. I kind of like put it in the back of the freezer, and like each day over a period of time, filled one tray up, filled one little thingy up.
Is this what you do all day? You just wait until you can jack off again and go back to the fridge?
I jerk off a lot.
How many times a day do you jerk off? And how many times a day is it in my fridge?
How often are you not in the fridge? That is a better question.
I don't go over there often.
Yeah.
I probably should.
Yeah.
I probably should now.
You probably should.
Oh.
I set up a tent. There's like fucking... I have my own gaming area. Fucking play Monopoly in that bitch. You have to glue all the pieces to the board, so I don't get to move much. In fact, when I roll the dice, they bounce off the wall and hit me in the face. It's not a very good gaming area.
No. Alright, well, we're going to talk about our boundaries later. Alright?
Boundaries.
We're going to get back to the podcast. We'll have to talk about this later, alright?
Okay, that's fine. We can talk. I feel like we've become friends.
Don't
enough
fucking
that we
touch
can-
me,
okay,
you
okay,
disgusting
okay,
fuck.
fine.
I haven't seen you shower once.
I do it.
It's time for a new segment. Very, very new, very original. Haven't done this on any other podcast. This is where we're at one point in the podcast we pick a song to add to a playlist on Spotify, and then over time it's just going to build up and up and up. Brand new idea. It's called Grooves Are Us. And yeah, so we're at each episode, everybody's going to pick a song, and then you get the idea. We're going to pick a song each episode, and we'll add it to the playlist on Spotify. Playlist called Grooves Are Us. Wasn't that complicated. I don't know why I acted like it was. Okay. I'll let you pick the very first song.
Okay, so my song is I went back and forth a little bit, but it's gonna be The Phantom of the Opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh. Now, is this off of a movie or a Broadway performance?
It's off of the movie.
Okay.
The one with, I think his name is Gerard Butler, is
Yes.
The Phantom.
Yes. Spartacus.
What?
The Gerard Butler played the main character in 300.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I don't know.
This is Sparta!
Well, I know that because it was like a meme for a while.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Alrighty. Now we're going to try and go with a spooky theme on these songs because it's a spooky podcast with spooky segments. So we're going with spooky songs. But it's also a Christmas special. So I'm going with Christmas at Ground Zero by Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, God.
It's about a Christmas song that's taken place at the beginning of an apocalypse.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
It's a very awesome song.
Okay.
It was off of the album Polka Party.
Polka Party?
Yes. As in polka music.
I know what polka is.
Okay. Very lovely Christmas song. Probably one of my favorite Christmas songs. Love Weird Al. Very Halloweeny, Christmassy. I felt like that was the perfect song.
Okay. I'm glad we're sticking with creepy music.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's move on. Move on. Future Sean, you hear that? Get rid of that. Let's move to the next segment, please. Alright. It is now time for our feature presentation. It's now time for the feature presentation. This week, Frankenstein, 1994. Or is it Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, 1994?
I think it's just Frankenstein.
Okay. Well,
I think people can call it either, but...
It's the 1994 Frankenstein movie starring Robert Deniro as Frankenstein.
No, he's the monster.
Same person.
No, it's not. Frankenstein is the doctor.
Oh, he's Frankenstein Jr.
No, he's not.
He didn't have a name, so I'm naming him.
He's the monster. That's what he's always been called.
Sometimes they call him Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, but he's still the monster.
Sometimes I've seen them, they do call him Frankenstein or Frankie.
When it's like a damn cartoon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, cartoons were canon. Alright. So you ready to dive into this movie?
Yes.
What'd you think? Quick, just like a quick... Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I love this
love
movie. Yes.
I'm in the middle.
I think this is my favorite Frankenstein movie I've ever seen.
Honestly, the very first one we did, the 1939?
31.
31? Well, that one's probably my favorite. I liked it a lot better than this one.
It's because you're lame.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. I think the very beginning of the movie, you got a group of explorers looking for the North Pole.
Yes.
And I like how he's like such a hurry to find it. Like, we gotta go. This is my life's journey. He goes, wait, tell me your entire life story. And he sit there for like 2 hours or longer listening to the dude's story.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they were stuck in the ice. They couldn't move anyway, even if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But I thought the captain was like a total douche. Honestly. At the beginning, anyway.
Yeah.
He kind of got a little better at the end. But at the beginning, he was a total douche. And, like, he lost several crew members, and he was just like, meh. They're just, they knew what they signed up for when they signed up for it. And I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Now that I think about it, how did he tell that dude scenes where he wasn't there? Like, the whole story's from his perspective telling the story, but how did he know, like, there's parts of the movie where he wasn't in it, and there are scenes of other people doing shit. How would he know that?
Maybe.
And then he goes, and then Elizabeth was at the house reading my notes, and she wouldn't tell him the dirty parts of my notes. And then Like, how would he know that?
Maybe they told him what happened when he wasn't there.
Okay. What about the scenes where Frankenstein's monster's off doing shit? And he's not there.
To be fair, this story was written by Mary Shelley, not Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, and then we jump to, like, Victor's mom giving birth.
Before we get into the crazy birth scene, I adore his mother. Like, she's just, like, so loving to him, and she loves life, and she's just a generally happy person, and I think she's just a beautiful character.
All 5 minutes of her.
Yeah, I know, but you get a lot of her character in those 5 minutes. You know,
okay.
And same with Elizabeth. Like, they just love life, and you can tell. And I just, like, I want to be that happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so all we gotta do is, like, have servants and people playing piano at any given need. I think I'd be a lot happy, too, if I had that. Well, we do got this castle, but ain't got no damn servants. What the fuck's up with that? Edgar don't do shit.
Except give us dead frogs.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you can...
Now, can we go to the disgusting birth scene?
Yeah.
I hate birth scenes in movies. Like, you don't need to show all that.
Yeah, I know. You shut off the remake of Carrie in, like, 30 seconds.
It creeps. Okay, a lot of people are like, it's natural. Okay, yeah, it's natural, but I don't have to be in the room. You know what else is natural? A hurricane. But I ain't gonna sit there and watch it.
Her childbirth scene was just horrific.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, blood spraying everywhere.
It's like a damn Quentin Tarantino movie down there.
And then Victor's dad was the one giving birth on his wife, which I thought was kind of crazy. And he had to make the extremely tough decision to just, like, slice her open and get the baby out. Like, it was intense.
That was intense.
I almost got emotional, honestly, because I really like his mom.
Yeah.
And it also made me emotional when just, like, his dad was just so, like,
distraught.
Yeah, like, life is ending because my wife is dead. Like, I was like, oh my god.
It showed Victor and Elizabeth running up the stairs together because everybody was freaking out. And then Victor ran in the room. Elizabeth came in like 10 seconds later. I was like, what the fuck happened? You guys were running together.
Well, I mean, guys are technically stronger, faster than women. So maybe he was faster in the long run.
I don't know. Later on, she outran 2 other men.
Well, maybe they're really slow.
Alright. Next notes I have are, what's her name? Helena
Bonham Carter.
Oh, yeah. My next notes are about her boobs and how good they look.
Okay, we're gonna glaze over that.
Alright, yeah. I always liked her boobs. I don't know what it was. Like, Sweeney Todd.
She's a very attractive actress.
Is. Very. I was like, I was like, dude, Tim Burton's the bomb. I don't think him and her are together anymore.
Who?
Her and Tim Burton.
Oh. Were they a thing?
Yeah, they got married. They were married forever.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she was just in his movies.
This is his wife. I don't know if they're still. I don't know. They could still be together. I don't think they are.
And speaking of Helena Bonham Carter, there are so many good actors in this movie. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Like Ian Holm, who played Bilbo, and
now he played him in Lord of the Rings, not the
not the Hobbit.
Okay.
Also, what's dude's name? Robert Deniro.
Yes.
I love that actor.
He's okay.
I think he's awesome. And then
everybody's like, this guy's a dickhead, but I don't know. Maybe it's because he wasn't that big when I was growing up as he was back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think his name is Tom Holtz.
Uh-huh.
He played Victor's friend in med school.
Yeah.
He was Quasimodo from the animated Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he played Mozart in that movie Amadeus.
Cool.
And he's a really good actor too.
I like
him.
that Victor's mentor was nearly Headless Nick from Harry Potter.
What?
What? His mentor? The guy who, like, he got all the notes for him?
That was nearly Headless Nick?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Also,
he sounded a lot different, because he always sounds about the same in his movies. When this movie, he's like, I had to, like, look at him a couple times, like, yeah, it's him, and he had these weird-ass teeth in.
Yeah, I didn't connect that one. I didn't realize that was him. But the headmaster of his school was the Minister of Magic from Harry Potter as well.
There's a lot of people from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Lots of good actors.
I think most British actors were in Harry Potter for, like, the majority.
Yeah, most well-known ones, yeah.
Okay, I did a couple, looked up some facts for this movie, too. De Niro studied stroke victims to get the way he got his speech together.
Really?
Yeah. And, originally, the producer planned to direct this as a companion piece to the 1992 Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. He wanted them to be, like, kind of connected.
Oh, I've never even seen that. I'm kind of interested now.
Yeah. And also, at one point, they wanted Tim Burton to direct the movie, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did I say his name right?
Schwarzenegger, yeah.
Schwarzenegger. I don't want to get, like, offend anybody if I say it wrong.
Everyone knows everyone knows who you're talking about. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. And they want to get the Terminator to play the monster.
No. I don't like that idea at all.
Aye! Fire bad, ah! That's my Arnold impression.
So my next notes are when Victor and Elizabeth were at that ball, mm-hmm. like when he had just graduated from like normal school before he went to med school.
Yeah.
They snuck off by themselves and they were like making out, and Victor was like, "You're my sister," and just like making it weird, and they did this several times.
I like the fact of that scene where like, let's sneak off and make out. And they're right in front of a fucking window where everybody else is at. They're like, people inside dancing. Like, is he making out with his sister? Like, yeah, it's kind of weird.
It happens in this house.
Just keep dancing. No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like
they got good snacks.
And then, like, on their wedding night, they were like, no longer brother and sister, now we're husband and wife. And they just go to, like, start boning. I don't know, it's just...
Have you seen Joe Dirt?
Yeah.
You remember that scene that goes, I'm your sister, like, later on?
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I got my next note is I missed the 80s and 90s, where curly-haired, hairy men were the rage. I missed that time period because that's all I am.
I still think it's attractive.
Oh, don't do that. Woo, woo, woo. And my next note is like when they're bringing Frankenstein to life, or Frankenstein's monster to life. I was like, so pretty much just to bring someone back, bring someone to life, you just have to have eels have a gangbang on their body. Like he just got this giant weird thing of eels. Where the fuck did he get all these eels? They just dumped them in there and they just gangbanged them.
Maybe bought them at a fish market. I don't know. And you know, actually, I don't think electric eels are actually have an electrical current. I think it's some kind of like chemical reaction. So that's not even like scientifically accurate. But that's just my nerdiness coming out. I'm sorry. Going to talking about his experiments and stuff. I couldn't stop thinking about, like, he had his hands, like, all over his face and in his mouth and, like, everything. And I couldn't stop thinking about how there was amniotic fluid all over everything from, like, 30 different women all over everything. And he's just, like, putting it in his mouth, like, gangbanging his fingers in his mouth. Like, oh, my God. Whew, it really disgusted me.
Well, maybe he liked the taste.
Oh, so sick.
Yeah.
Also, the way they did births, like the way they sat their women up to do births back then was kind of crazy. Like, they put them on those chairs with like a hole, and then like they put buckets underneath them and to catch the fluid. That's how he bought the fluid. And then, like, babies just, like, plop out that hole, and the person's got to catch the baby. Like, it was intense back then.
It's like a sport.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Oh, damn, call me Mr. Butterfingers.
I just like to point out, when he got the monster back to life, you were making fun of him, like, the monster, because he couldn't stand upright, but he was, like, a baby.
They had like a 40-minute montage of like him and the monster trying to get up. Like,
it was like 4 minutes. Calm down.
It was annoying. Like, they should have just had like that Benny Hill music. The dun dun dun. I don't know. I can't. I don't have any rhythm, so I can't do it any justice. But if anybody got that reference, you're laughing with me. But like, I was like, why don't you just slide him out of that fucking fluid so he can stand upright? Like, you know what I mean? It was like a mud bath. It was like, maybe not try to have his first steps in a thing of nasty fluid. Just my thoughts.
Well, it did cover like his whole lab. Like,
yeah, but instead of like trying to stand him up, why not just drag him?
Yeah, he probably could have done that. Also,
saved like 10 minutes of film time.
Also, like, I want to know how that amniotic fluid didn't, like, drip down the floorboards and shit, because he lived upstairs above someone.
There's a guy lives underneath them, and, like, they all say I'm crazy. What's going on up there? Crazy shit's going on. No one believes me. That fluid starts dripping through. See, what is this?
Oh my God.
I imagine a guy like that would probably know what that is just from tasting it. He goes, hey.
That's so sick.
Oh, and then one thing one of the most annoying parts of the movie for me is right here. He accomplished his goal, and then he's like, I'm gonna kill it. Just what's next?
The reason that happened was he realized, like, the abomination that he had made, and he felt, like, so terrible about it and so guilty, like, in his soul about it. And he's like, I just need to get rid of this and sweep it under the rug, never speak about it again, burn these notes. Like, that was his mentality at that point.
Yeah, he didn't do any of that.
Yeah, I know. He sucks at hiding things, but... And
then, like, he just didn't tell anybody about it either. He's like, why don't you tell people what's going on?
He probably didn't want to get, like, lynched.
Well, if he can't trust Elizabeth, you know. And his buddy knew about it.
Yeah. He probably could have told his buddy, because, like, he already kind of knew what was happening.
Yeah.
But I just like to point out that I feel like emotionally attached to the monster, even in like the original ones. Like, it's almost like an emotional attachment for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know how he feels. Like, they just, like, hated him for, like, no reason. Like, just how he looks.
Yeah.
And just run him out of town like he's the damn plague. Like,
Well, there was a plague.
well, I realized that.
To be fair, they're like, this guy started the plague, or...
I realized that, but, like, even in the original one, like, there was not really...
there wasn't a plague then. They're just like, the fuck did they hate him for in the first one?
I'm pretty sure they just automatically assumed that he killed that little girl.
Well, he did, like, fucking, what was that? Gorilla Press slammed her into a pond of, like, 1 inch deep water.
If
she couldn't survive.
If she couldn't survive, I mean, that was her fault.
She's like a video game character. You just drop in, you're dead, no matter what.
Like original Spyro? Oh my god. Ugh.
Alright. So then, after that, Monster Boy goes to the woods and becomes the spirit of the forest.
To that family.
Yeah. Dude's a fast learner. But at first I was like, dude, there's no way he's learning that fast. But then, like, they did bring up the fact that he's not learning, he's remembering things.
Yeah.
So I said, okay.
Yeah. I love the old blind man in this one.
I like how he didn't, like, really stand up for him that much when his son just came in and started beating the fuck out of him.
Well, I mean, he is blind. He couldn't, like, he was trying to tell him to stop. You know, he was freaking out, but his son wasn't listening. And he was like, no, you know, and he's trying to...
Did he kill the landlord? Or did he just beat the shit out of him?
I think he just beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
But, yeah, that whole scene with him talking to the old blind man, I was on the verge of tears.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm just so ugly, and these people that I know are so beautiful, and it's better for me to just stay in the shadows and stuff, you know. And I was just like, oh, I feel this in my soul. You know.
Yeah. He had a really cool look to him too, with all those stitches everywhere.
Yeah. I thought they did an amazing job with character design. Like, I thought both the monsters were just beautiful in, like, this dark, macabre kind of way.
I like how realistic they were with the time period, with the fact that he looked 10 years older than Elizabeth, just like any other marriage would have been back then. Or older.
Right.
Because, like, look at him, look at her. He looked way older, did he not?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in my 30s. You're 21, maybe, at the most.
Yeah. Rewind a little bit. Before his mentor, before he died, he was, like, in the middle of the town doing, like, vaccines and stuff. And Robert De Niro's character, before he became the monster, he was like an actual person. Yeah. You know, and he's like, you're not sticking that in me! You doctors are the devil, and you're just trying to kill everyone. And I was like, why does no one trust doctors? Like, that's what they're there to do, is to help you. But yeah. To be fair, they could have had that a little bit more organized, and maybe had some constables in there, just to be fair. True. I didn't think he had to die. I was like, man, if they would have had better security. Yeah, because the guy got stabbed right there, and that's how he died and stuff. And then Victor was just like, oh, all of his notes are mine, and that's how he succeeded. Okay, we can. The whole movie was just him losing everybody. Yeah, it was really sad. Like, the only person he didn't lose was like his fucking little buddy. Yeah. Not his fucking buddy, but like his little buddy. Like, and even then, he lost him at the end. Well, you don't know that. He could have still been there. No, I think he was tired of his shit. Oh. After he brought Elizabeth back. He should have, like, been a little more understanding, though. But then again, it was like, you know, pre-1970s, so they didn't do a whole lot of that back then. Yeah, it was like 18 something at this point, and they don't deal with any of that kind of stuff. Alright, so Frankenstein's monster once it kills his little brother,
and he framed some innocent maid.
Justine. Which, Justine was, she was in love with Victor, and she was super jealous that, he loved Elizabeth, and it was like this weird three-way triangle type deal.
Except they gave no character development or any concept besides like 2 different scenes.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the point if they're not going to really develop that?
Yeah.
Like, it would have been cooler if it was I don't know about a longer movie, because fuck. But, there's a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just like 2 little things. I was like, that didn't really need to be there. It wouldn't have changed her character at all.
Yeah. I think the way they hung Justine was like totally brutal. Like, they took her to the top of a building.
Yeah.
And put this rope on her, and she's like freaking out, like screaming at the top of her lungs, and like they just tighten it up a little bit so she won't fall out of it, and just shove her off this building, and she goes straight down and bounces up like 10 feet and then back down, and you could tell it broke her neck like the first time.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, these people are insane.
Alright, after he kills his little brother, he like challenges him to a schoolyard fight in a random like mountain area, and he somehow, I don't know, this was the stupidest part. Like, why would he accept that? Like, he goes, "Meet me on the Sea of Ice," because I've been like, wait, where at the Sea of Ice? Like, what exact area? Because I don't want to be wandering around in a sea of ice unless I know exactly where you're going to meet me. Like, you know. He goes, okay, I'll meet you there. Like,
well, he was probably like, just didn't want him to kill anyone else at this point.
Yeah.
Like, just try to appease the monster kind of deal.
And then he's like, make me a bride. He goes, okay. And then he goes home, and then he refuses to tell anybody about it. Like, all Elizabeth wanted to do was, like, know why. And, like, if he would have told her that, like, could have been the end of the movie. Could have been, like, credits rolled 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
He could have brought the girl back to life. Everybody would have been happy.
Yeah.
But no!
Well, the reason he didn't bring the one that the monster wanted back to life was because he picked Justine's body.
Yeah.
And just to be spiteful about it, because a few minutes earlier he was like, what am I? Do I have a soul? And like, what am I made of, And Victor was like, it's just raw materials, that's all you're made out of. So just to be spiteful, he picked Justine's body, and he's like, it's just raw materials, right?
Yeah.
And so Victor refused, and then there was this big falling out.
And he still agrees to do it.
Well, no, he didn't. He said, I'm not doing it anymore.
I think he's like lied to him and just like escaped.
No,
okay.
He said, I'm not doing it anymore. And the monster was like, if you deny me my wedding night, I'll be with you on yours. And, yeah, it was intense. And then they get married and do that weird brother, sister, husband, wife shit.
Yeah.
And, Victor hears him play the flute outside, and he's like, you stay here.
I'll take me and everyone else this way. We're going this way, you stay here.
Yeah. And
because he knew his intentions was to kill his wife. He had to.
I think he thought that he was going to kill him. Honestly. And he's like, well, we have to protect Elizabeth. They go outside. And he told her to lock the door. Didn't think about the window.
Yeah. For a scientist, he's pretty dumb.
Elizabeth died in such a brutal way. Like,
Mortal Kombat style, dude. He ripped her fucking heart out.
Yeah, and then like just flipped her off the bed, and she hit her head on that oil lamp, and it lit her hair on fire.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that's crazy.
And so then after that, he takes her and reanimates her.
Yeah, because he can't live without her, kind of thing.
And I'm not gonna lie to you though. When she came back to life, she looked a little bit like Jason Voorhees. Just a little bit. That fucked up eye.
I can see that. I still thought she was so gorgeous, though.
The right side of her face still had some appeal. The left side didn't. And then she kind of looked like one of those fucked up Barbies that someone tortured, where they burn all her hair off.
Yeah. And then I thought this is kind of sad, but I thought it was funny because, like, he is teaching her how to dance again.
Yeah.
And is playing that, like, kind of upbeat music, and she's just like...
His bopping around.
Yes, because she can't hold herself up.
So, he brings back his new mentally challenged wife back to life, and who comes to ruin the parade? Frankenstein's monster. And then they have like a pretty much of a game of come here with Elizabeth, trying to get her
like she's a toddler just learning to walk.
Come here, no, come over here. So she finally gets pissed at both of them because she's so confused. And
wait.
Yeah.
She goes up to the monster and realizes that he brought him to life, and then he did the same thing to her because she's like feeling her face and stuff, and she's like, how could you do this thing? Like, she didn't say it, but you could tell that's what she's thinking. And then she just takes an oil lamp and smashes it over her head and commits suicide again.
Well, no, she didn't commit suicide again. She just committed suicide. She did.
Well, I mean, like, she died again.
Okay.
Like, that's what I meant.
So I had a note. My next note is that when she was running, she ran through the entire house, bumping into each wall, catching the whole house on fire. And then I wrote a note. I was like, and this is why you don't adopt.
You're a terrible person. No, this is why you don't go crazy and bring people back to life.
There's that too. You could pick which moral you want to go with.
Pretty sure the only one that makes sense is the one I said.
Okay. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
That's it?
That's it. I think that's right where it needs to be.
Okay.
Yep.
So you know what Mary's giving it?
1?
No.
2?
No.
3?
Shush. I am giving it a 9.
A 9?
Yes.
9 screams out of 10?
Yes. I was going to give it a 10,
yes.
like legit. But we did discuss some minor problems in it, so...
Yes.
I'm giving it a 9. Which I think is hilarious that we both gave it decently high scores because it was like a 39% splat on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. They also loved the movie Sausage Fest, which kind of like ruins all their street cred to me.
This is true. That movie did suck. Yeah. And it sucks because I was so excited to see it.
Yeah. It's the first date we went to go see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it for this week's feature presentation. Well, that's going to be it for this week's Fears Are Us holiday special. I hope you enjoyed it. We hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Anything you want to add?
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate. Have fun.
And have a Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yeah, and so anyways, I was saying, what? Do you hear that? That motherfucker.
I'm just getting some sodas, I swear.
Uh-huh.